Never found a love like this. There it is. I've never found a love like this.
Hey, welcome back to E20 Zone TV. I've got a special guest on today, yeah? And I must admit, it's surreal for me because the father is an old school friend of mine. He's got a son who's like 12 years old. Frazer, how you doing? Carl, how you doing?
All good,
both of you lads.
All good, yeah.
All good, man. All good. I've seen you boys with the Dagenham flag going around everywhere. Do you know what I mean? Like for the Dagenham roots, which I'm pleased about, I must admit. But gentlemen, let's talk about West Ham this season. And let's start off with this. West Ham United 2022-23 season. Frazer, tell me what you think in regards of West Ham this season, Premier League wise.
I've got to start off with like the first few games of the season. They weren't very pleasing.
Yeah.
They was quite disappointing, to be fair. Like the football we played compared to the last two seasons wasn't up to standard. I think the boys were tired, and we've been sussed out by like formation, the same players every week. And then we had the lucky game against Villa away. And then after that game, I think it was 12 games since we scored in another away game. So it's quite disappointing.
Quite disappointing for you, mate. Obviously, David Moyes is a bit of a man who sort of talks a lot, and a lot of the fans are very much Moyes in, Moyes out with David Moyes. Where do you see it in your eyes with David Moyes, mate?
I'm more Moyes in, to be completely honest. I feel like for everything he's done for us, doesn't mean he has to stay, but it's the way football that he plays is, I think it's suitable for the team we've got.
Mm.
And it
is. Don't get me wrong, right? I've had many debates about Moyes in and Moyes out, yeah. Now, from a younger fan, I can understand it because it's probably the best football you've ever seen with West Ham, where me and your old man have seen a lot worse than this over the years. You know what I mean? But I get it with Moyes. I think this season for me, like, I think is like it will only be a success if we win the competition. I think if we lose it, I think it's a flop, in my opinion. What do you think on that? Do you think it'd be a flop if we lose it this year or not?
No, I think I do. It's a bit. We've got to a final of a conference league. But if we do lose it, we kind of look like we've flopped because of the foot we played in the actual Prem in the league.
Yeah.
So I think we've got to go, when we go there, we've got to show our best standard and give it our all, and then see where that takes us.
Yeah, I must admit, I've seen you going around like Europe and all that. I'm going to ask you this: what's been your sort of best away day going around everywhere?
We spoke about this, didn't we? In Amsterdam. We said Lyon, didn't we?
Yeah, Lyon last season.
Lyon last season, yeah. What was it? What was Amsterdam like? Did you enjoy that?
It was good for the first. I think on the outside, like when we was just building up towards the game, lively, and then in the stadium, everyone was singing. But towards half time, everyone started going quiet. Everyone realised like how important the game was, and it weren't going our way that game. It was quite, yeah.
I hear you, mate. I hear you. Carl, what about you, man? What do you think on Moyes? What's your opinion on Moyes?
I'm on the fence with him purely because I think what he's done over the past couple of seasons, it has been good, and obviously a lot of the fans have got to enjoy games that we probably wouldn't have had, and we haven't had for a long time. Obviously, there's been games where the standard of football hasn't been the greatest. But then you can argue, well, is it down to the players? Is it down to the manager? I think something's clicked. He's obviously done something, and the players are a bit more revved up towards the end of the season. If we win it, does he keep his job? Yeah, maybe do the board sit down for him and say, look, buckle your ideas up. If you don't, if nothing improves, then maybe like the door does have to be shown to him. But I think it's like with any club. I think a certain manager can take you so far, and then the next step is do a better manager. But who's the right candidate out there at the minute? I don't know.
I'll be honest with you. I agree with you, mate. I think if he wins the competition, you can't sack the geezer who's just won a trophy in 43 years. You know what I'm saying? You just can't do it. I think if he loses it, I think it's time for a freshen up. In my opinion, I think he's done well, but I think he can only take us so far before someone else comes in.
Yeah.
The problem is with our owners is they're as tight as a drum, and basically it ain't going to happen. Do you know what I'm saying? Unless we get new owners who could possibly change that. Frazer, give us your best players for West Ham this year that sort of you look at and go, they've been like the shining lights for West Ham. And then I asked you about your disappointing ones.
Well, the top three, obviously you've got to have Rice up there, but if you was to like sort of look away from Rice, you've got the players like Ben Rama.
Yeah.
He's been brilliant for us this season. Also got to look at Fornals, the way he's come on and impacted the game throughout the season. But I think one of my favourites has got to be Paqueta, and like the things he's done for us. He's been one of our best players this season, alongside Rice, Ben Rama.
I do like Paqueta. I'll be real with you. I criticised him at the start because I was like, he's got to influence games for me, yeah. But now he is influencing games. He's looking like he's the real deal now. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I agree with Ben Rama. Like all the lads know on here that I back him up. I've backed him up since he arrived from Brentford, and obviously Declan Rice is just world class, mate. And it's going to be a shame if he does leave us. Who's disappointed you, mate, the most this season, in player wise?
Got to start off with Souček.
Yeah, go on, mate.
He's irritated me every game. He starts every game, and then finishes nearly every game either injured and then starts the next one, or doesn't show. He doesn't have any passion anymore. Like when he plays, you can see he's just lazy on the ball and just doesn't track back.
Yeah, I know, mate. Listen, I'll be honest. But one of the geezers on here loves Souček to death. Literally, I have a round of him every week. So yeah, I mean, I hear you, mate. What about you, Carl? Best and worst players for you?
I think I'll go with everyone's going to say Rice, aren't they? But I think we all know Rice is the top player. Put him to one side. Again, Paqueta's up there, isn't he? Paqueta, like you say, Paqueta had a bit of a dodgy start, but then he's come from the French league, straight into the Prem. It's going to take time to adapt, and it's proven. Ben Rama again, he's. I think Bowen as well. He's found a bit more of a form. I think again I'll go with Frazer. I think Souček's had a bit of a dodgy season. There has been games where he has shone and done a bit of work. I think Ben Johnson's had a bit of a poor season as well. Don't know what's gone on there.
Great.
I don't know. Really, you could pick bones with all of them, really, couldn't you?
You could do, mate. I'll be honest with you. Since me doing this week, what I keep hearing from a lot of people is the same thing. Is that West Ham players in moments? They play in moments. Like Ben Rama at the start was good and tailed off. Bowen at the start was awful. After the World Cup, got better. Paqueta at the start didn't influence games. Now he does influence games. And there's a lot of if they all played it in one game, that'd be a very, very good side. But it's just inconsistent is probably the word I'm looking for. But do you know what I mean? It has been a struggle, especially in this season in the Premier League. But we'll move on to this. How do we approach Fiorentina in Prague? Frazer, how would you like West Ham to approach this game, mate, in your eyes?
I'd like them to take the best mindset they can out there, as if they're going to go out there and win it and not second out the game. I want them to go onto that pitch, first kick of the ball, and that's it. fighting for everything.
I agree. What about you, Carl?
I think it's a bit the same, really. I don't really want to sit back. I don't think we can let them have let them have the chances that they think they can have. Do you know what I mean? I think we need to sort of be able to take the game to them. But hopefully the stadium's full of our fans. Do you know what I mean? And then hopefully that lifts the team up.
I agree.
But then it's also can it get too much for our lads? Do you know what I mean? That's another question. Is the occasion? Who knows?
It is going to be one of them ones. I do agree with you on that. I think if West Ham concede first in this game, you're going to know what West Ham are really all about. I do worry about West Ham, especially with the tactics and things like that, in regards of like giving teams 60, 70% possession and just waiting to attack. So, listen, I'm with you, mate, 100%. I'm going to be sort of nervous if West Ham play that sort of way. Do you know what I'm saying? I would like West Ham to attack from the front, really, but it ain't going to happen. What would you like to happen, Fraser, before we move on, mate?
Agree with you. I'd like them to attack as well.
Yeah.
I'd like them to put a strong attacking side out and then just go for it. And if it does get a bit too much and they're trying to take their chances, I think you've got to try and switch things up.
I totally agree, mate. Totally agree. But for me, a lot of the lads that I spoke to have turned around and said West Ham are going to play the same way they've always played this season, James. Sit there, wait for Fiorentina to do something. The difference is Fiorentina is the best team that we're going to play in this competition, like by a long way. And their attack line is pretty decent. Defensively, they're a bit iffy, but hopefully we can attack them from the front and get the job done, hopefully. Do you know what I'm saying? Right, let's get into this. Starting lineup in Prague. Right. What I'll do, I will shout out the names and just use lads to tell me if you agree or disagree, yeah? Would you agree that Areola starts in goal for you lads?
Definitely.
100%.
Yeah? Right. If it goes to penalties, do you bring on Fabianski, yes or no?
Yes. All day long you bring him on. You bring him on last 5 minutes.
I get it. I know Fab's good at stopping penalties, but then it's also like it's a bit of a kick in the teeth to Areola.
He's a terrible.
We all see the Mark Noble situation. Do you know what I mean? It's I don't know. It's one of them. Chelsea done it. It didn't work, did it? Do you know what I mean? I don't know. I'll be really on the fence for that one.
I'm on the side of Fraser on this one. If it does go to penalties, I think you've got to bring Fab on. I think you have to, because Areola penalty. I think if I remember rightly, someone said it to me earlier on. He's done two penalty competitions where basically he's been in goal for, and he hasn't saved one penalty. He's dived the wrong way about 12 times or something out of all the penalties, and it's just. I think Fabianski's got to be the one to start, really. Definitely for the penalties, 100%. Left back.
Oh.
What's you saying for left back?
I think you've got to play Creswell. I'd like Emerson to play, but you need experience on the pitch.
I agree, mate. I agree. Big game for Creswell, don't it? Especially after last year. Do you know what I mean?
I was thinking get a red last game.
Yeah, it is a big game for him, I must admit. What about you, Carl? Creswell?
I think with the form that he's in at the minute, then I'll probably go with Creswell. But it's a difficult one because Emerson's had a good run of games as well. He looks like he's had a turn of form as well. So I think I'll go with Creswell. Yeah.
Zuma and Aguerd would probably be the two centre halves for you. Would you agree on that? Yeah, 100%. Right back's an interesting one. You got Kafau or Kera. What's your choice?
I'd go Kera.
So would I.
But then also you're looking the same thing we said, didn't we, about Soufal. He wants Soufal.
It's his own country. He's been with us for the past how many seasons? 2 or 3?
3 years, I think it is, mate.
3 years. Yeah. And every game you can see he fights for every single ball. He wins first ball, first header, first challenge. And I think it's just a game he deserves to go on there. And if anyone was to score, I think he deserves to go out there and go and get a goal or something.
100%. I'll be honest with you, he's a toss of a coin for me. I think Kera currently on form looks decent. I think Kafal is the more sentimental one. It's the one where you think, oh look, it's in Prague. He's done well for us. You know what I mean? So that's a toss of a coin. Obviously, Declan Rice starts. I think we'd all agree on that. 100%. Lucas Paqueta starts. I think we'd all agree on that. Thomas Souček, yes or no?
I wouldn't want him to, but there is no backup. I wouldn't go and just chuck Downs in the team because he's very young. He's not played many conference games, and if he did, they're for the last 20 minutes.
Yeah.
So I think you've got to keep Souček there, even though had a bit of a bad run.
What about you, Carl? Souček?
I think we've got to go with Souček in a bit of backup with Rice, innit?
Yeah.
And it helps the defence out. He's a nuisance, isn't he, on set pieces?
Yeah. Listen, I got a man on this channel who backs Souček like religiously. Like, if Souček scores the winner, mate, I won't need to last for ages. I don't care about it because obviously West Ham win a trophy. But having him in my ear about Souček drives me nuts. You are, Clive. You are. Right hand side. Jared Bowen, yes, I think that's a given, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'm not too sure though on that one.
No.
I think you've got to start Fornals. 4
See, I was going to go over to the other side and say about Fornals, but if you're saying take Bowen out and put Fornals in, I agree. Fornals could start in this game. I will say that, but I agree with you 100% on that. That's a toss of a coin on that one. Antonio is going to have to start, isn't he? Clive Danny Ings started.
No.
Do you know what I mean? 100%. Right. And then on the other side Ben Rama or Fornals. Now, is it right to play it like basically Fornals has got a chance of playing? Now, I'm going to give you this scenario. Would you rather play Bowen, Antonio, Fornals and bring Ben Rama off the bench, say about the 70th minute, or would you rather Ben Rama start and bring Fornals off the bench? Because for me, I say this before I let you use land, sort of thing. Yeah, is that if you bring Ben Rama on the 70th minute, you've got a penalty taker if it goes to pens. That's the only thing that I look at it like that. If this was just a 90-minute game, I'd play Ben Rama from the start all day long. What do you think, Fraser?
I did just say about Fornals starting. I think I've got to go bring him on. And I don't think I'd bring him on for Ben Rama. I think I'd bring off like Bowen or.
Sure.
Because then you've got Fornals, he's good, decent at penalties. I remember I've watched him at Man City in the Cup.
Yeah.
Ben Rama's obviously got to take one. And Paqueta, that's a good lineup for pens. And that's a good attacking side as well.
It is really.
Yeah, Fornals loves a bit of a one-on-one, so if Paqueta feeds him the ball, he's gone.
Yeah. Fornals is not one of my most favourite players, I won't lie to you. But obviously, he's one of them ones that if he turns up, he can do something. Do you know what I mean? Which would be good. But hopefully he does in the final. Right, gentlemen. Final segment of this stream. Prediction. I'm going to let Carl go first, then I'll leave Fraser till last. Carl, what are you saying, mate?
I'm not too sure. Someone asked me about when do you think the goal time was, like our winning goal. I said, probably like the 88th minute or something stupid like that. So, I don't know. I think it's going to be a tough game. I don't want it to go penalties. I don't want penalties. So I'd like to favour us and say 2-1 to us.
2-1. I keep hearing that. It's not the safe option, is it?
It is, yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I keep hearing that one. Fraser, what are you saying, man?
I think in the 90 minutes, it's going to be 2-2. And then we'll get a late winner in the last half of extra time, 3-2.
Do you know what? Someone said that to me earlier on, and I think it was earlier on or yesterday. Someone had done a similar prediction. They didn't say 2-2, they said 1-1, and they said West Ham will win it in extra time. Like, people keep mentioning about extra time. I think the reason why they do keep mentioning about extra time is because West Ham have got this 10-day break, and they're all on like holiday and chilling out. While Fiorentina have got a game on Sunday, so. That's interesting, mate. So 2-1 in extra time, 2-1 in full time. So get your money on, everyone. 2-1, because it's going to happen. You know what I'm saying? Right, and that is it, gentlemen. I want to thank both of you for coming on. I really do appreciate it totally.
So thanks for having us.
Thank you.
No worries at all, mate. No worries at all. Please go over and smash a like on the video, and please do subscribe to E20 Zone TV. That's been Frazer's sort of like Fiorentina versus West Ham sort of mini preview. He will be out there with Carl, his dad. You can find them with the big Dagenham flag with the West Ham badge on it. Do you know what? I've seen them all over Europe in one final step from glory. Let's put it like that. I'll be back at 7 o'clock. I've got Hammers Chats Gio coming on, and that's going to be interesting. Be interesting to see what Gio's got to say about this season as a whole. Obviously, he's been covering it on his channel, and like his channel's massive, so it's going to be interesting to see what he has to say. And then tonight, 9 o'clock, the E20 boys will be here. Mitchell, online, Clive, and me. So yeah, we don't stop. It just don't stop. Anyway, I'm going to let you go and enjoy your sort of evening, and I will catch up again with you soon. Anyway,
thanks, mate.
Peace.
Bye-bye.
There it is. I've never found a love like this.